You can do what you want with your jacket. You can put like a pillow, and you can sleep on the jacket if you want. Because the quality of this jacket, the quality of the fabric, the quality of the interlining is the best that you can find on the market. You make quality. And you can make quality only if the people that they work for you, they are happy. If the people that they work with you, they feel part of an important family. And that is the secret. I always say that I was a lucky person because my uncle not discover, but inventare, come si dice? Sorry? Invented myself. He built me day by day.
What is it like working with your family members, mixing private and personal?
In every family, we fight every day. At home with kids, with the father. I used to fight with my father when I was young. It's quite normal. But I think that when there is a problem, to be a family is a big advantage. Because family can decide to be a rocks.
How did you inspire kind of the whole family to pull together?
It's very important that when you go back home, you don't talk about all the problems that you have every day in the company. Because every day you have problems. But you show only the best side of your company. In every job, there is a difficult momentum, difficult time. Don't worry about it. Our clientele around the world is almost more or less the same. They are successful people. They are people that are able to make a lot of money, for sure. 95% of them, they are very simple people. From the 100 guys of the Forbes list in the world, 80% of them is Kiton clients. We never mention one name.
2021, after the difficult times, Kiton decided to take all the profits that year and give it to their employees and artisans, which I think very few, if any, corporations can do in the world. So perhaps tell us a little bit about that culture. Dear students, welcome to the CEO Leadership Series. My name is Chang Wang Li, and it is an extraordinary pleasure for me to present to you Mr. Antonio de Matteis, the CEO of Kiton.
Thank you.
Kiton is one of the world's finest, most luxurious, and most prestigious clothing firms. It was founded in 1968 in Arzano, Naples, Italy, by the late Mr. Ciro Paone, who also happens to be our guest uncle. And it is particularly well known for its highest quality menswear, especially its impeccable handmade suits, and also its women's clothing, its urban wear and accessories. Even though the company does not disclose its list of high-profile customers, everyone knows that some of the biggest names in politics, including heads of state, in business, in entertainment and sports, are amongst your many high-profile customers. Mr. Antonio de Matteis has been CEO of Kiton since 2007. That is for almost 2 decades. He's also the firm's Creative Director of Menswear, President of Pitti Immagine. That is one of the most influential collections of fairs, cultural events, and initiatives in the global sartorial industry. He's also recipient of the Leonardo da Vinci Award of the NIAF and the Ambassador of Made in Italy that he received in Washington, D.C., among others. And he's without any doubt, no doubt at all, one of the most important figures in the global ultra-luxury clothing and sartorial industry.
Thank you.
Mr. de Matteis initially studied accounting. He obtained his diploma in accountancy from the ITC Mario Pagane in Naples, Italy. And then on May 1st, he started to work for Kiton in 1986 under the tutelage and guidance of his uncle, Ciro Paone, as I mentioned. He worked in different areas, worked his way up, became a sales director of the firm, later commercial director, and then marketing director of the firm before, as I mentioned before, in 2007, he became CEO of the entire Kiton Corporation. During his time at the helm of the company, he grew the firm steadily and swiftly in terms of revenues, in terms of international presence, but also in terms of research and innovation. And among many other things, he introduced a certification system that allows the firm to develop and introduce different Vicuña styles, among many other things. Now, it is an extraordinary pleasure for me to welcome Mr. Antonio de Matteis to our lecture series. And I say that with the greatest level of pleasure and joy, but also a slight fear. Why pleasure and joy? Because not only is he one of the biggest names in the ultra luxury clothing industry, he is also, without any doubt, our most well-dressed guest that we've ever had. And that's no knock on our other guests. They are also very well-dressed, and some are your customers, but he is without a doubt the most well-dressed. And that also leads me to my slight fear, because next to him, I look extremely shabby. So I hope you will keep your focus and eyes on my guests only.
It's not true.
And thus, please help me and very warmly welcome Mr. Antonio de Matteis.
Thanks for the beautiful words that you introduced myself. Maybe you are too kind. I'm not one of the most elegant person. I'm a very normal person that, like everybody, and I hope in the future also all of you, they work every day with a lot of passion, a lot of effort, and I work really every day. Since when I started in 1986, following my uncle, my first day in the company was the 1st of May, that everybody knows in the world that is the Labor Day. But my uncle Dad doesn't allow me to be at home that day, and they start to say to me, travel with me, we go to Milano today, and we go, because tomorrow we have an appointment with the clients, and that was my start. And I spent more than 20 years traveling together with him. I can say a beautiful word that I repeat many times all around the world. Maybe I sleep more with him in that 20 years than with my two wives, because we used to travel more than 200 days a year, always by car, because my uncle doesn't like to fly. And that was a big problem. That's mean that all around Europe, especially to Germany, that at that time, on 1986, was one of our biggest market, because we used to have almost 50% of our business done in Germany, driving by car from Naples. And Naples is not Milano, because between Milan and Naples there are another 750 kilometers. That means that to go to Munich at least is 1,000 kilometers by car to go, and another 1,000 kilometers to coming back at all. But that was, I think, the part of my life where I was very lucky, was a very lucky person, because to be next to my uncle gave me the opportunity to learn everything about this job. I was a very young kid. I was only 22 years old. I have to be honest, I already have another experience for 5 years in another company, but to start to travel with him was for me the best opportunity that God gave to me, because I can learn everything from him. And I don't know your age, but I invite all of you to be like him, because he was so nice with me that he bring me everywhere, introduced me everywhere. He showed me everything. What mean that when I was so young, I was not like I am today. I have not the experience, but he invited me everywhere to show and to make me understand how I have to work when, if it happened, because maybe on 1986, my uncle doesn't know if I will be the CEO of the company. I became CEO after 19 years that I traveled with him, not the first day, but give me the opportunity to learn everything, to see everything. And that is the big lesson that I received from my life. And what I am doing with all my young team, they are always next to me, they are always together with me, they work with me, because I think that to prepare the next generation is our most important point to make the company still running, also when some of us, maybe they are retired, or they can win a lottery and they want to be retired. We have not to die to be retired, don't worry. And that's it. And I think that during that time, when I start to work with him, the first is like I told you, to go around, to travel, to visit clients, to go to buy fabrics. You have to think that at that time, on 1986 until 1995, 1996, we used to go twice a year in England, in the north of England, in Scotland, always by car. That means that from Naples to Aberdeen, we spent 3 days, not 1 day, to go there, and 3 days to coming back. And that's mean that we spend maybe 2-3 weeks traveling around Europe by car. But also, this trip has been for me a big lesson. My uncle was a guy that he liked to eat, and he liked to eat very well. A simple, not luxurious restaurant, but he liked to have a very good food twice a day, not once. That means that when we travel, we always have to decide where we stop for lunch and where we stop for dinner. At that time, there was not all this control with alcohol that maybe today you don't travel anymore after dinner. We used to travel also 500, 600 kilometers at that time after dinner. That can give you how the pressure that my uncle used to put on myself, because I was the driver. He was next to me, and maybe sometimes he can sleep. I cannot sleep because I have to drive. But he tried to make me strong, very strong, and with a lot of resistance. I don't know if it's the right word. And that is what I have today in my mind. I can work for hours. I can work without stop for a day. I can still work for 12 hours a day, 14. Doesn't for me, I don't care. And make me the person that I am. I always say that I was a lucky person because my uncle not discover, but inventare, come si dice?
Invented.
Sorry? Invented myself. He built me day by day. He built my personality day by day. For sure, you must have something inside, because you cannot build from when there is not a good flower. But I have to be honest, thank you to my uncle if I am what I am today, and thank you to the lesson that he gave to me for more than 20 years that he was with working together with him. Today, we are running the company in a very good way, in a very profitable way, and especially since after COVID, we start to grow in a very fast way. We doubled the company since 2021. We more than doubled the company, because we went from 100 million 2021 to 225 million 2024. And that can give you the idea how the company was able to grow. But to grow there is only one solution. There is only one way to grow. Also, for a traditional company like Kiton, that is very well known to be a traditional company, a sartorial company, you have to be innovative. You have to do innovation every day. And when you talk about innovation, is innovation about the product, the service, the relation, and the quality. The last words is for us the most important one, quality. When we talk about quality, we don't talk only about the quality of the product, because the quality of the product is like a good spaghetti with tomato. But to do a good spaghetti with tomato, you need a lot of ingredients. You need the water, you need the garlic, you need the spaghetti, you need and you have to cook in the right way, and a good tomato. And that's what means quality. To make the quality is not only the product, it's the service, it's the relation that we have with your artisan. That's the most important point in our company. We are a family company. And for us, our artisans are the most important people in the company, are the key of the company. And we take care of them in a very unique way, I can say, because if I check the average cost of the artisan in Italy, in our manufacturing industry, we are talking about a salary that go from 25 to 27,000 euros a year. Our company today is paying them to 45 to 47. And if you multiply this number for 1,000 artisans, you can understand how much EBITDA we give to all the people that we work, that they work for us. And that is the key, and it's the good point to understand what is behind Kiton. Kiton is a family company. Everybody call me Totò, and if you will be in Naples, you can call me too Totò, because I have no secretary. My office in Naples is on the ground floor, is not on the top. My door is always open. Everybody can walk in. Everybody can talk with me. And we have in our family, we have 5 cousins that we are running the company today. I am the CEO only because I'm the oldest. Don't worry, not another good reason to be, because all of us, all 5 of us, we are doing an amazing job. I think that my uncle, he make a fantastic play, because he give to us a specific position. I am responsible for the men collection, and during that time I was also responsible for the selling and everything. There is another cousins of mine that take care of all the United States, Antonio Paone, that take care of all the United States market. There is the brothers, that is Silverio, that take care of all our production facility. In Italy, we have 5 production facility, because every product that we sell, every product that we show to the market, they are produced in the company that we own 100%. Why that? Because for us, the control of the quality, the investing for the innovation are the most important things. And you can do that only if you own the company. You cannot do that if you have to go in some other company and try to do something special. The cost of the investment for the innovation are very important for a fashion company. And only if you trust yourself, you are ready to invest money, then nobody can tell you if they are successful or not. It's only question of vision, of idea. Sometimes the idea is not good, that you trash money, but if you don't try, if you don't test, if you don't do innovation, every company, not only in the fashion world, they will be closed very soon. And talking about the family, there is the 2 daughter of my uncle, Maria Giovanna, that she's the president of the company, and she's on top of the ladies collection. And there is Raffaella Paone, that is on top of the human resource. What mean that? Because we want that our artisan, our people, when they have some problem or some issue, they can talk with the family and not with an office. In this way, we can know what we can do for them, how we can help them. If they need money to buy a house, Kiton, they will go to the bank to make the condition for them, not themselves. That means that they will have the best condition in the market. They will not have a normal condition of the market. And this is the welfare of Kiton. This is why Kiton is so, this is the reason why everybody likes to work with us. Everybody wants to stay with us. And I can tell you, and I was last week in another university, in Polytechnic of Milano, and when they asked to me how much is the turnover of the people in our company, since 1986 that I am in the company, 1st of May 1986, and I celebrate a few weeks ago 39 years in the company, we lost 3%. That's it. That's the turnover of the company. Nobody wants to leave our company. Everybody wants to come to work with us. But the reason is only one, because we give a good salary, we give to them a good atmosphere, and we make them feel part of the family. Because money are important. Everything is important, but when you feel part of the family, I think is the most important things for everybody, for all of us. And that is the reason why our product is the most high quality product. I never talk about luxury. Luxury for us is a word that today is too inflationary. Everybody make luxury. We make quality. And you can make quality only if the people that they work for you, they are happy. If the people that they work with you, they feel part of an important family. And that is the secret.
How do you define quality in your business? I mean, your suits and other things, they are quite high priced, but they're
Costly,
also
not high price.
all right, costly.
Sorry, it's a different word because there is a when we talk. Sorry, because today everybody is talking about price, but you have to know what there is behind the company. What is that the company is doing? Because price is the last things, is the result of so many things. For us, price is not an issue, starting from that. When I would make a new product, I never care about the retail price. I always try to make the most high quality product that I can make. And that is the only way to make a company at this level. Price is for sure, not everybody can buy Kiton, that's for sure. We know that. But for this kind of clientele, for this kind of customer, price is not an issue if you give to them the right quality for that price. And that is very important. Behind this product, there is a quality company. There is a company where you can still see 300 tailors that they work by hand. And they work in the way that the tailor used to work 25 years ago, 30 years ago, in the same way, but in a beautiful place, in a beautiful atmosphere, without anybody that is with the chronometers checking how many seconds they are spending to cut a jacket, how many seconds they are spending to make a sleeve. No, there is no one of that. We just check the quality of the product, not the time. For us, it's better that they make one jacket less a day, but they make better product. And that is the quality company. That's what there is behind a Kiton product. And everything is done with this mentality. Everything is done in a very unique way, but not because it's my company. I invite all of you, maybe to have the next session, next time, to invite all of you in Naples to visit the company. Because only if you see with your eyes, you can understand my words. Because I know that there are so many people that they go around the world that talk about sartorial, handmade, and I can tell you that 95% they are bullshit, without any doubt. But if you came to Naples, if you came to see our company, you will see people that they work smiling in a relaxed way, and they are very happy for what they are doing, and they are very proud for what they are doing. And starting from our artisan, you have to imagine that Kiton has been the first company in the world to think to build a new generation of artisan, a new generation of tailor. We start with a school for young people that they go from 16 to 21 on 2000 to make a school to teach a new generation of tailor. When my uncle, that was still on top of the company on 2000, he understood that the average of the company at that time was, the average age was 55. My uncle understood that maybe we can have another 10 years chance to do the quality that we used to do at that time. And he started to think how we can do to make a new generation learn how to make a jacket, a shirts, a ties, because we do many of them. And we try to make a school. And I have to be honest, to recruit 10 young guys at that time, on 2000, was very difficult. Why that? Because at that time, in the young generation, there was not the vision that if you learn a job like tailor, you can have a future and you can be everywhere in the world and you can have a job. Instead to be maybe doctor, instead to be in a university, where maybe you don't know if you have a job in the future, if you know how to do a jacket, a shirt, a pants, for sure you have a job. But back to the past, to recruit 10 of them was very difficult. But in the end of the 3-year course, all of 10, they became employees of the Kiton. And you are not familiar with Napoli. We are located in Arzano, that is in the outskirts of the city. Napoli, the outskirts, is not very famous, or it's very famous for something else. Everybody knows this area more for Gomorrah movie, this kind of movie, unfortunately, where there is not a lot of chance to find a job. To make 10 people working in the company like us was a big volano to make the other people understand, oh, maybe if I go there, I can have a job. And today, I can tell you, when we make a research for the new course, we always looking for 20, 25 guys, men and ladies, of course. We have a request for 300, 400. You can understand how the perception of the new generation is changing in 25 years. 25 years ago, to recruit 10 of them was very difficult. Today, for us, is more difficult to say no to so many people. And that is a good example, because I trust, and I believe in the new generation. I trust the younger generation. I think that the young generation have to find only the good teacher. A good teacher like I find my uncle in my life. We have to teach the younger one, because the world is yours, it's not ours. I am an ex-young guy, I'm not anymore young. But the world is yours, and you have to be very positive about the world. You must trust yourself, you must believe in yourself, and for sure, if you have an example to follow, look the people, talk less, and look how the people that you want to become, how they move, how they eat, how they talk. Listen, don't talk too much. Don't do what I'm doing today, me, that I'm talking too much, but learn to listen. That is the most important thing for the new generation. When you became a little bit less younger, like me, you can start to talk, maybe. But in the beginning, listen everything that you can. Take everything inside of you. Don't say anything. Here, every day. Every day you can learn something. Every day you can have a big lesson. The lives happen every day. And the result, they are one day, but you never know when is the day. But if you work in a very right way, if you work with art, if you work with passion, you can be sure that you will have the result that you have in your mind.
Mr. Matteis, thank you very much. I mean, I'm very glad, and we're very glad that you are speaking so we can learn from you. I have two questions on what you just said. The first one is, when you were traveling with your uncle, you were listening and learning. What skills or what things did you learn that make you and perhaps others or young students be successful, especially in the sartorial industry? What are the skills necessary? The second question, I saw a video, I think it was with you or one of your family members. They rolled up a Kiton suit. They rolled it up and they said you can sleep on it, and then they roll it out again. It looked without wrinkles, anything. What's this quality? What's the origin of the quality? Is it the construction, the materials, the skills of the artisans, and so on? So those two questions: the skills for an executive and why this high quality.
Oh, I can tell you a big history, because my uncle was a person that doesn't talk too much. That means that I have not to listen, but I have to watch it. We can do Naples, Munich by car. At that time it was 7 to 8 hours by car, because there was no speed limits. There is less traffic than today, for sure, without saying one words. You have to trust me, without saying one words. That means that I have to look him to understand why he's doing something. He never explained why he's buying the best fabrics. He never say to me why he's changing the model. He never tell me why. I have to spend my time next to him to make me understand why he's doing that. And trust me, sometimes I didn't understand why he's doing something, and I have to wait maybe 3 months, a year, to understand why my uncle did something in the past. And that is the most difficult part, because your attention, your concentration has to be always very higher when you are working, if you want to be successful, I can tell you. And that is the first question. The second question, if you can repeat, I will.
Yeah, sure. So on the quality, it's very high quality suits. You can roll them up. They don't wrinkle. They last for a long time. Of course, they look good. They feel good. Why? How do you make them this way?
It's very easy. Our product is made by hand. Our fabrics are the best fabrics in the world. Our interlining, our way to sew the jacket is the best way that you can find on the market. And you can stress the jacket. You can pack your jacket. Unfortunately, I cannot move but I can show you what I'm used to do on my life. I don't know if the camera is correct, but you can take your jacket. I'm very sorry for the microphone.
That's
I take it away for a second. Okay? You can do what you want with your jacket. You can pull like a pillow. And you can sleep on the jacket if you want. Because the quality of this jacket, the quality of the fabric, the quality of the interlining is the best that you can find on the market. That's for sure. Maybe it's not your taste. I can understand that, because taste is something personal. But quality is not personal. Quality is quality. And in this jacket, there is the best quality in the world. Nobody can do that without our artisan. Nobody can copy us. We are very confident that we are unique. It's so many ingredients that you need to make a product like that. Sorry that I'm not there, because if I was there, I can show to everybody that they can do what they want with our jacket. But trust me that you can do what you want. I can sleep. When I used to fly a lot, because when my uncle allowed me to go all around the world, you listen to me with the microphone?
It's okay.
I use also the jacket like a blanket, because when I was young, I don't travel in business or first class. I used to travel in the coach, in the last row, the most cheapest one. I used to travel Panam, 600 euro return ticket. Last row, not in the first class like today, that is very comfortable. And I used to use my jacket like a blanket, because in Panam there was no blanket. There are very cheapest airplane. It's like Ryanair today that I eat, but that's it. That was my money at that time. And that is the reality. Sorry, I put my jacket again the right way. And that's what you can do. If you can buy Kiton one day, or you can buy today, with our jacket, you can do whatever you want. You can travel, you can sleep, you can make love if you like, you can do everything.
I can attest to that. I saw there's no wrinkle on his jacket, even after
No way.
I pulled it up. So speaking of taste, you mentioned quality is the highest. Taste might be different since you are so successful and established internationally, worldwide. How do you experience different tastes around the world? Are they very different, or are they quite similar, would you say?
I have to be very honest. I always say to everybody that our clientele around the world is almost more or less the same. They are successful people. They are people that are able to make a lot of money, for sure. And there are people, because the people that make a lot of money, they spend money. Not a lot, but they spend money. Because they know that they can make again the money. That is very important. But in the end, 95% of them, they are very simple people. They want it very simple. They don't care about the 3-star Michelin, because maybe they have a personal chef at home. You have to imagine that from the 100 guys of the Forbes list in the world, 80% of them is Kiton clients. We never mention one name, but we sell our product to the most powerful people in the world. And they are very simple. They like the simple life. They like the simple relation. They need people around them that they can trust because they know that they are so rich that people maybe they will just take money from them. And you cannot be like that with them. They are smart. They know how to do, and they can recognize if you are doing stupid things around you. That's the reason why you have to be very professional. You have to be like a very professional butler when you have to be the butler, and you have to be a good friend, maybe when you are for a dinner, but wherever you are, you have to be a very ethic person. Etica is one of the most important words if you want to arrive to this level of the words. If you want to reach this kind of clientele, ethic is the most important words for me.
Speaking of ethics, and you mentioned family before and culture, I think two questions come to my mind. The first, but they're connected. The first one is, how would you describe the culture and value at Kiton? You already said a few words, and also seeing you have two twin sons. They joined the company. They have their own line now. How do you motivate that? It's always a question in our family enterprise setting, family businesses, to motivate your children to do it. How did you do it? How did you become? And the second one also, just for our students to know, I also mentioned a strong culture because in 2021, after the difficult times, Kiton decided to take all the profits that year and give it to their employees and artisans, which I think very few, if any, corporations can do in the world. So perhaps tell us a little bit about that culture.
Starting from the last words that I love that what you say, in 2021, on December of 2021, every year and in the end of the year, we have a small celebration in the whole of our company with all the employees, and we say some words to everybody. And on 2021, I have to start from another point. During the COVID time, we built a fantastic chat between almost all of us in Naples. And you can imagine that we are almost 500 people in the company in Naples. And every day we send a message when the company was closed, when we have when the situation looks very bad because you don't know when COVID will be finished. And one day, the 20th of May, when they give us the chance to start to be back in the company after 3 months of shutdown, I write in this chat a letter to all of them saying, thank you for your patience. Thank you to be all together. Thank you if I know that you are suffering because all of them, for sure, they are receiving not all the salary because at that time there was in Italy, we call cassa integrazione. I don't know all around the world, but the state paid them. And I say, I'm very sorry for what I have to say you today to all of you, but you have to know that in the next 2 years, we don't know which will be our future, because on May 20, 2020, we don't know what will be the future of the world, not of the company. We forgot, thank you, our God, but that was the situation at that time. And I write on this chart, don't ask me why I will do something. Don't ask me why I have to take some good or bad decision. But I will tell to everybody that if we will arrive on December 22, all together, that means that our company, they will have a fantastic future. And we are, thanks to my uncle, our God, we arrived on December 2022 all together in a very strong shape. And these words, they are still in the chart of all of us. That is something that is done with experience of the past, because the company has another tough time during the financial crisis of 2008. A few months after that, I became CEO. That was my beginning of my history in the company. During the financial crisis, our company has a decrease of the business around 20-25%. And until that day, in our company, we never have unions. I don't know if you're familiar with unions. We never fire one person. We never do anything that was wrong with these people. But in Italy, when you have a problem, you have to face with unions. And when they arrive in our company, just because they want to show to us that they have the power more than us, they go near to our artisan and they say, now we have to fire 200 of you. And for us, it was a shock. For us, it was a drama. Because all of them, they are part of our family. You can imagine if you have to fire a son, a cousin, or a person that grow with you. It's very difficult. And believe to me, we spent 1 week in a very terrible mind, but one day, five of our artisans, they came to me and they say, Totò, because everybody, they call me Totò, we can work for free if you don't fire us. And I say, you have not to work for free, but we can work 4 hours instead of 8 hours, all of us. And that was the solution. That was the way to go out from the crisis. That was the way that does make us lose the know-how of the people. Because unfortunately, there is a law in Italy that when you have to fire somebody, you have to fire from the last people that they arrive in the company. That means that you have to fire the young generation, the future of the company. And that is crazy. It's a crazy law. That means that all the investment that we did since 2000 for the school to rebuild a new generation of tailor, we can lose everything in 1 day. It was not possible for us. And thanks to our artisan, they came to me and say, we can work for free. And I say, no, you have not to work for free. We make an agreement between us. We go to the union to say, that's the agreement of Kiton. We don't care if it's possible by law or not. That's what we will do. That's Kiton. That's the Kiton solution. We make a tailor solution for the company. We are a tailor company. And from 2008 to today, we are double people than 2008. We used to be 450. Today we are more than almost 1,000 people. And that's the result when the people work together, when there is a family spirit in the company, make all the solution very easy.
Speaking of family spirit, what is it like working with your family members, mixing private and personal? What are the advantages? What are some of the challenges? What are advice, recommendations you can give others that want to work in a family business?
Be part of family. We always know that in every family, we fight every day. At home with kids, with the father. I used to fight with my father when I was young. It's quite normal. But I think that when there is a problem, to be a family is a big advantage. Because family can decide to be a rocks, to be strong, to be together. But that's happen only if you are etica of the business, etica del lavoro, of the job. That's very important. And I think for us to be a family is a big advantage. We are 5 cousins. It's not easy. We are not brothers, but we are 5 cousins. Thank you. More or less, we are almost all the same age. I'm the oldest one, like I told you. The youngest one is 10 years younger than me. But we already have the 3rd generation in the company. We already have 6 of the 10 of the third generation that are working in the company. I told you in the beginning, my uncle did a fantastic job because he gave to us a different position in the company. In this way, we don't do the same. We don't want to show that maybe some is better than other. And we are doing the same with the third generation. We are giving to all of them a different area. I have my twins. One is on the European retail area. Another one is in the K&T line. That is he make the style of the line. There is the one son and one daughter of Maria Giovanna. Ulderico is working next to me in the accessory line. Martina is working with her in the ladies collection. And there are the 2 daughters of Raffaella, the other daughter of Mr. Paone, that one is in the retail area and the other one is in the marketing area. It's very important that all of them, they have a specific role in the company. All of them, they have to work hard to show who they are. And maybe one day we will decide, the all of us, 5 of us, who will be the new leader or the new leader in maybe some ladies. But that is the only way to work in the family. Make the family work. That's it. It's very simple. For us.
All right. It sounds very good. I have a personal question and we can skip it. But how did your parents, uncle inspired you to join this business and you inspired your children and all your cousins and so on? Because oftentimes children have different preferences, right? Forcing them perhaps is not the right way. How did you inspire kind of the whole family to pull together?
I think it's quite natural. It's very important that when you go back home, you don't talk about all the problems that you have every day in the company, because every day you have problems. But you show only the best side of your company, the pleasure to be there. When you go home, show to your son, to your daughter, to your kids, the best side of your business. Don't talk about the bad. Everything is, in every job, there is a difficult momentum, difficult time. Don't worry about. There was the old partner of my uncle give me a beautiful lesson. He said, when I have a son, at that time we receive fax. Maybe today is not anymore in the world. But when he told me, Totò, when you receive today can be an email with a lot of problem in, maybe you can leave the fax 10 days in your desk. After 10 days, all the problems are done without that you do anything. Sometimes you have to be a little bit less resolved because something is, today everything is urgent. Everybody needs an answer. A second after. Nobody can wait. We have to go. If you want to make quality is something that is part of your life. Has to be. You don't need to answer every second. You don't need to be with your phone every second. You don't need to watch Instagram every second. Take your time. Time is the luxury. Time is the value of the life. Time gives you the time to give a good answer. Today they won't make your generation people that has no time. You have to take your time. Each of us has a different speed. Each of us are different. Why we have to answer to all the 100 emails that we receive a day in 1 second? No. Why I have to answer always to my phone? No way. I answer if I can, or if I don't want, I will call you later. And that's what's up. Today we are bombarding of this. I hope that your generation can make again the world a little bit slowly. A little bit. We are going in the direction where this big guy doesn't want to make people thinking. You have to think. If I can give you one suggestion, take your time to think, to give an answer, to drink a coffee, to talk with a friend, to go to a restaurant. Take your time. That is very important.
That is excellent advice. Thank you very much. And Kiton has had a great time in the past. What are you planning to do to have Kiton have a great time in the future, which I'm sure will happen, but are there any plans that you have?
I think that my uncle make a very strong road, very precise direction. What we have to do is to follow the direction, to be innovative, because you cannot be conservative. And only if you do that, the company can be successful for many, many years. Innovation is the key word for me. Innovation. I always say the world is full of prophet of the day after. It's very easy to say, the day after is very easy. You have to be the prophet of the day before. If you want to be a leader on the market, a leader on quality, a leader in innovation. Don't listen and repeat what the other people say. Take time to think. Take time to think with your mind. Take time to give an answer. But when you give an answer, give an idea. Give a solution, not a problem. We don't need problem. We are full of problems. We are, since COVID, we are not, we don't know what means stability. We don't know what means to have 6 months without a big problem, a war, a recession, a new president that they would put that everywhere. Every day we have something. Take your time. Time is the most important value for all of us. Take your time and give to the person solution, ideas, no problem. We don't need problem. I don't need problem. If you came in my company, there is a beautiful board behind my desk where there is write, you cannot make lamentarsi, come si dice. You cannot complain. You cannot complain. Give me a solution. For every problem, give me a solution, not another problem.
Good point. Good point. I have one question. You mentioned a few times innovation, but you also mentioned the traditional craftsmanship of tailoring. How do you balance that? I mean, some people may have very innovative ideas, but then it is not in line with the traditional way. Or what do you mean by innovation?
I say in the beginning, for me, price is the last issue. If you start from that, I'm talking about Kiton, of course, but I talk, from my point of view, I will talk for every company like this. Innovation has to be done without lose the DNA of the company. What is the DNA of Kiton? Are the artisan? Is the way how the product is made and the ingredients of the product. I go always to the same point. There are a few key points in a company. Innovation is in the models, in the research of new fabrics, in the way of the relation with the customer, because again, a good pasta with tomato is done not only with tomato, but with pasta, with salt, with garlic, with water, and many things. And you have to be innovative in all the product without lose the simplicity and the quality of the product. That is the most important point. Price is the last problem.
All right. All right. Since we're sitting here with the CEO of Kiton, I would like to pick your brains and get some advice maybe on clothing ourselves. So for the young, especially gentlemen, but also ladies that go into the workforce, they buy their first suit, maybe a Kiton, maybe not. Do you have any recommendations? Is there a way that you see on the streets the people that you say, well, if you just do 1, 2, or 3 things, the suit would be much better looking, much better upgraded?
But I think that the new generation, and I have 2 sons that are 33 years old, I don't know the average of them, and I have another son that's 17, and I watch them a lot. I have to be honest, I see that the new generation like you, they are much better than us. The new generation is much more precise than us. Maybe when I was 23, 24, I can put the suits all day long, from the morning, 8 o'clock until 12 o'clock in the night, and I feel very well dressed. Today, I saw the new generation, and I can go to dance, to restaurant, and to work with the same suits. Today, the new generation is much more precise. Maybe they wear ties if they have an important meeting. Maybe they wear t-shirts if they have a soft day. Maybe they wear sneakers if they don't have, if they want to be more comfortable, or they wear black shoes if they want to be the most elegant one. And they change maybe twice, 3 times a day. Especially during the weekend, men and ladies, they change at least 5 to 6 times. And that's where I can see that the new generation, they know much more than us.
All right.
They're much more mature than us. It's much more precise than us. There is no suggestion that I can give to you. I can tell you buy less and buy better for sure. Don't buy a lot of quantity. Buy less and buy better, because we have to be very careful about the future of our world, our planet. Buy less and buy better. Buy a product that you know that behind this product, there are people that they are treated in the right way. Don't buy a product where we know that the people they are paid with a plate of rice, please. Without salary. $10, $20 a month is not a salary. You can change the world. You are the new generation. You can educate people to be respectable, to respect the people that they work for them, without buying this product that, believe to me, they are made in some place and somewhere in the world where people they cannot eat. And make these people understand that the world cannot go anymore in this direction. Not everybody has to make Kiton, but everybody can respect the people, that's for sure. 100%.
All right. All right.
And that is my only suggestion that I can give you to a beautiful platea of young people like all of you.
All right. I still would like to try maybe 1 or 2 points. I heard the first suit someone buys should be a navy blue one. Do you agree, or would you say no, you can choose other colors? And the second question, maybe also, do you have advice on caring for your garment, since you mentioned sustainability, so that the garment lasts for a long time? What should people do?
If I talk about men, because I can talk more about men than ladies, but there's also many ladies on the platea, I suggest to buy one by one a pieces to build your wardrobe. That, like you say, you can buy a blue suit, a gray suit, a blue blazer, tuxedo for events. That's for sure. It may be for ladies, there is something like for men. But the big suggestion is to really, the new generation has to be very careful for the planet, because we know that is a problem, and to buy less quantity and better quality. Because we don't need so much quantity in the world. We don't need all these clothes. We need quality. And quality can be at all the level.
All right. All right. Let's talk about style briefly, perhaps in a short time. What's the difference between Italian suit style, which is very famous and popular in the world, but also British suit style, maybe French suits, etc., Spanish? What's the difference? And who's the most stylish man or woman that you think is walking around today or has in the past?
But there are different education, different school of tailor. If you talk about tailor, for example, there was the English school that was a very stiff school, very stiff suits, stiff fabrics, heavy fabrics, and everything is also determined from the weather. At that time, when the tradition of tailor started, there was not eating everywhere. Maybe nobody has eating. And the suits has to cover you. in the right way, has to protect you in the right way. That's the reason why England, that is so humid, is so rain place, because they rain every day almost. I spend a lot of time in England. It's the worst weather in the world for me. They need an heavy suits and very strong fabrics. They have to be resistant to the water and to the humidity. If we talk about the French school, it's another school, is a little bit more Barocco. They want to show that they are powerful. If we talk about the Italian school, in Italy there are different schools. As you know, Italy is a beautiful country with a lot of tradition, where every city is different from the other, where every center of the city is a museum. And there is the Piemontese school that is very similar to the English one. There is the Papalina, that we call Papalina school, that the Pope school, where the suits has to be very clean, very perfect. And there was the Napolitan school, where for the weather that we have, and we have a beautiful weather in Naples, almost all year round, they make a very soft construction, a very comfortable construction, because the weather in Naples is 95% of the year not cold. Maybe we have 10 days a year that is near to zero, never to zero. Maybe it can be 4 or 5. That is our cold weather. And the construction of the jacket is very soft, is very light. And we came from Naples. Our school is from Naples. But what my uncle make different when he started to make Kiton, the Napolitan school in some way is more similar to the French one. It's a little bit Barocco. There are so many stitches on the jacket to show that the jacket is done by hand. My uncle, the idea of, and the vision of my uncle was that the real gentleman, they don't need to show anything. The real gentleman doesn't need to say that the jacket is made by hand. The people know that they are buying the best. And they try to make a Napolitan jacket in the construction, but not in the image, very international. Less stitch, they can put stitch, double stitch around the lapel. You don't need double, one is enough. You don't need double stitch around the shoulder, one is enough. The second one is just for show. Doesn't change the way how the jacket is done. And we don't do that. We never do that, because my uncle wants to make a Napolitan jacket that has to be international. International would mean that you can be in New York, in Paris, in Naples with the same jacket, and nobody knows that you are from Naples. And that is Kiton.
If you take a look at someone on the street wearing, can you say 95% certainty, oh, that is a Kiton for sure, or it's a bit difficult from far away?
No, I can say for sure. Not 95, 100%.
All right.
Sorry.
And
every product for me, I like kids.
oh,
I will recognize my son everywhere in the world. Don't worry.
all right. And you have twins, so it's...
I have twins plus one.
All right. Who's the most stylish person in the past and today? Do you have a few?
I think we have so many examples in the world. We have the Prince of Windsor, we have Agnelli, we have Montezemolo, we have so many people around the world, that, especially in Italy, but everywhere in the world, Kennedy, there are elegant people that are everywhere, chic people that are everywhere. I always say something to relate to that. I'm a very lucky person. When the people, they ask me, which is your best dressed people, or which one is your favorite city in the world, because I spend almost 220 days a year traveling around the world, I always give the same answer. I have no one favorite city in the world. And you know why? Because I don't remember the city. I remember the people that I spend time in that city. If you are with the right people, you are at home everywhere in the world. You feel part of the family. Can be India, can be Russia, can be United States. can be Africa, can be everywhere. If you are with the right people, I feel home. And fortunately, I have the chance to be always with the right one. It's my selection. You have to be a little bit selective. Be careful. It's not that something happens like that. But if you are with the right people, you will feel at home everywhere. My big dream is to travel around the world without passport. We don't need passport. We all love each other. We don't want war. We don't need war. We need only to stay all together and stay very well. That's it, very simple. Nobody wants to kill somebody else. Why? And we know that today in the world, there are some words that are unbelievable crazy.
A few quick fire questions, some personal questions. So what type of food do you like?
Like my clients, very simple. Pasta with tomato, fish, meat, very simple. I don't like sauce. I don't like butter. I like olive oil. Simple food for me are the best. I don't need to eat caviar every day. I don't need to eat oyster every day. I don't need to drink champagne every day. I need to simplicity. Simplicity, what I'm looking for in my life. And when you are with the right people, you can be sure that everything will be very simple around you.
All right. What type of music do you like?
Music I love for sure the Napolitan song. Napolitan songs are my favorite. They are very romantic, especially when you are far away. You feel at home if you are in some restaurant or in some place. You can hear a Napolitan song.
All right. Do you have a favorite movie or a few favorite movies or both?
I'm not a guy that watch a lot of movies, to be honest. I don't like too much television. I like to listen. I like to talk with the people. I like to meet people. I like social, but in the right way, not to be every day on the social. I think that it's much better to have a very beautiful glass of wine all together instead to look a movie or stay on Instagram or with the telephone in your hand.
All right. Do you have a book that you can recommend us, or do you rather talk to people?
I like to talk with people. I can learn. I'm still a big student.
All right. Let me wrap up our session with one last question before we hand it over. So please allow me this last question, Mr. Antonio Totò de Matteis.
Bravo.
You've worked very hard for your company.
I don't work very hard. I love what I'm doing. I don't work. It's not true. I will be not honest if I say that I work very hard. I love what I'm doing. It's not hard. It's my passion. It's my life. It's my family. It's everything.
All right. Well, you travel thousands of kilometers, north and south.
Millions of kilometers.
And if you look back in many, many decades at all the things that you've achieved in your life, what type of legacy, what type of achievement do you want to leave behind?
I think that the best things that you can give to a new generation, to people, is the example. With the example, you don't need to teach, you don't need to talk, you don't need to do anything. If you give a good example and people is watching you in the right way, you do the best that you can.
Well, I think you've set a very fine example. Thank you very much for the nice conversation.
Thank you.
Hello, nice to meet you. I hope you're hearing me well.
Yes.
My name is Polina Vaitenka. I'm MIM student. I'm super happy to see you. And I take a serious invitation to Fabric because I will study next semester in Italy. So my question is, how would you define the DNA of the Kiton brand today?
DNA is quality. It's very simple. Quality for us is everything. And like I told you before, when we talk about quality, it's not only about the product, it's about the relation, about the service, about everything that we do in our company, about the life of our people, the life of our artisan, the school. That is quality. That is the vision of the future. But everything that we do is done with one purpose, to do the best quality that we can do in the world. That's the DNA of the Kiton, quality.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Farida Alizadeh. I'm a Master in Management student at TUM. I would like to ask the following question. Leading a company where excellence is measured in millimeters, how do you define excellence in leadership itself? Thank you.
That is not something that you can define. That's happening in your life. And you build this every day. It's not something that happening one day. If I have to tell you when happened, officially happened on 2008, when my uncle gave me the chance to be the CEO of the company. But on 2008, I was not the guy that I am today. I'm still learning. I'm still doing something to be the leader of the company. I'm still working very hard to make everybody understand where I want to go, because what is very difficult in the company is to explain the vision. The vision is something that is in your mind. Sometimes it's very difficult to talk about, because also if you talk people that they don't trust or they don't understand what you are telling to them, and again, only with the example, only to be the first one, only to be on top, only to work every day, you can be a leader. Yes.
Okay, hi, my name is Hoda. I have a question regarding sustainability. You've mentioned it quite a lot. So my question would be, how is like your industry and products sustainable, or are they not?
We are very proud to make a product for sure that you can take for you for a life. Because I have suits or jackets that are 20, 25 years old. Now my young son that is 17 is wearing my jacket when I was 25, 13. That means that our product is for the life. Starting from that for us is never enough. I can tell you that we are working very hard to using material that we know where they come from, how they are done. We have a solar panel in every company. In this way, we are trying to use electricity from the sun. We have always improved on this area, but again, especially for the young generation, I want tell to all of you and pray all of you to be not too mechanic, because we have to be green oriented for sure. We have to watch the future of the planet for sure, but we have to be also very careful about to be socially, because I think that today we can see in Europe we are forcing to go on the electricity world, on the automotive, without thinking that tomorrow morning 500,000 of people, they will lose a job. You cannot go so straight in one direction without to have a vision of 360 degrees. I think that our government, they are forcing something, and the customer, the people, they are not ready yet. The infrastructure, they are not ready yet. The service, they are not ready yet. And we are making 500,000 of employed people all around Europe, or more than 500,000. That's the reason why I always ask, especially a guy like you, that you are young, when they tell you something, you have to trust them, but not 100%. Trust them and ask to them the full picture, not only a part of the picture. It's so nice if we can drive all electrical car. I cannot charge electrical car on the road. Oh, I have to stop 2 hours to charge the car in the right way. We are not ready for that. We have to go there. It has to be our goal, but not in 2 years, not in 3 years. These 500,000 of people tomorrow, what they do? Nobody think about that, or nobody care. That is worst. I care about people. I care about quality. And quality is done from the people. And that is the message that I want to give to all of you. Don't be, I coming back, the people want that you don't think. You have to think. You are young. You have to make the difference. You know me. I can help you, but the difference is be done from your generation. The future is yours. Listen, but ask the full picture. Sorry, but because I'm a little bit, I want to be very green oriented, 100%, but I know that is not possible. And I know that 80% of the world is not doing what we are doing in Europe. They are still working in a terrible place. They are still making it everywhere. Okay? And maybe some of you came from some country where there is not respect for the sustainability. We have to work all together in the same momento. We have to give the example because we are Europe, for sure. We have to give the example because we are the more advanced in the world, for sure. But we have not to be stupid. Now we look stupid in this moment. Sorry.
All right.
Hello, my name is Vlasis. I'm a Master's of Management Digital Technology student. I would like to ask, since Kiton is about quality, is Kiton willing to make acquisitions of other brands and other companies that are similarly focused in quality?
We, like I told you before, I don't know if I already mentioned, we have a 5 facility production in Italy. The biggest one is in Naples. And when we decide to make a new product, we never make a product without own a factory, but we try always to buy the best factory that for us make the best product and to control the factory. That's what we did in the past. Today we have 5 facilities in Italy. The first one is in Napoli, where we produce all the men suits, jacket, shirts, shoes, and classic pants, and ladies, and shirt. We have another factory not far away from Naples, that is 20 miles from Naples, that is in Caserta, where we produce all our denim production and washed pants. We have another factory in Parma, where we produce all our sportswear. We have a factory in Fidenza, near Parma, where we produce all our knitwear. And in 2008, we bought a company in Biella where we produce our fabrics. And now we are buying a factory that makes shoes. We are almost in the way. We are signed the agreement to make shoes in the best way that we can. That is the philosophy of the company, to own and to buy production, to be sure that we can be, again, innovative, that we can transfer the same philosophy of our company in every company that we own. That means good salary, good atmosphere, family atmosphere, and that's the way how we like to work. For sure, every time that we think to make an extension of the brand, for sure, the first things for us will be to buy the company that make, for example, jewelry, if I can give you some idea.
Hi, my name is Fawad. I'm a master's student at TUM. My question is that in your entire tenure as a leader, is there a decision that you would have approached differently if given the chance today?
Well, I think that when you are a leader of a company, you have to make the average of your decision and not to go one by one, because for sure you make some mistake. Nobody is able to not make mistake. But when the average of your decision, they make the company successful, that means that in the end, you make a good decision. For sure, you won't change something, but it's impossible. It's better to think to what you can do than to think, again, not problem, but solution, to think to your mistake. If the company is doing well, for sure, mean that your decision, the average of your decision, they are quite good.
My name is Martin Lubinsky. I'm a BMT student, and I was wondering, in this ever-changing world where we're changing from year to year, how do you intend to future-proof Kiton?
How
do you intend to future-proof Kiton?
I think I already said this before, but I think that the future can be very good if we still do innovation, if we be very careful about our clients, if we are very careful about our artisan, if we are very careful about the service that we give to them. You cannot stop. If you think that everything is done, you are already dead. Every day you have to work to make your company successful. There is no one reset for sure. Especially in this moment of the world where everything is changing so fast, where the situation, they are changing the market in a very fast way. We can see China, we can see Russia, we can see some market that they are, in some way they are closed for sanction, some other way they want to be more conservative to buying from foreign company. And you have to adapt your company to the new world, and you have to be fast, you have to be reactive. This is the only way, but that is something that all the entrepreneurs, they know very well that they have to do. It's not only me. Will be also for you if you will become entrepreneur or CEO of company. You have to be very reactive for all the change of the world.
Hello, my name is Mireia, and I would like to ask in what ways has the expansion into the woman category influenced the overall strategies or the brand identity?
Thank you for the question. I think that we are doing something that not a lot of company was able to do. There are not so many company in our world that they are starting like men company and they became also ladies company. I have to be honest that since my cousins, Maria Giovanna, is on top of the ladies collection, we are growing very well, and we start to make a lot of investment in the ladies. For example, just to give an idea, all the new stores that we are opening around the world, monobrand store, Kiton store, the space that we dedicate to the ladies collection is 50% of the store. Because our goal is to be on 2028, on the late, or maybe later 2030, 50-50. For business. And that is the reason why we are pushing a lot, we are investing a lot on ladies, because we believe that there are a lot of ladies, especially today, that the ladies are very powerful around the world, that they can, and they need different kind of clothes, quality product, different style. We think that we can do this, we can bring our company to become a 50% ladies and 50% men company. Today we are 80-20. 5 years ago was 99-1%. We already did a lot, and we are very confident that in the next 3-4 years we can reach our goal.
What are other growth areas? I mean, you also have accessories, you have shoes, you have...
we are in many different directions. First of all, we wanted also our men collection continue to grow. Second, we have the accessory that is a world where we are in the beginning. Shoes. We have a different line that we call KNT, that is a kind of lab for Kiton to test how extreme we can go. There is the ladies business. There is perfume that we just start to make perfume. Can be jewelry. There are a big extension where we can make our company grow. For sure, we are a very small company with a big giant that today are the player of the fashion. But we think and we are confident that we can play our game. We can show our power to everybody. Also, if you have not the number and the money that the other company can show on the market.
Very quickly, sorry, just from a business perspective, but there is a limit. So furniture, like Bentley cars, they go into furniture. Would you consider that, or would you say it's a bit?
Not yet. For sure, it's a little bit too far. But I have to be honest. During the the design week, we showed a first collaboration with Cassina,
Okay.
where we make a kind of Le Corbusier chairs, like they are the same that where we are sit with the Kiton fabrics in pure cashmere. That was just a start. Maybe can be a future. Why not? We just want to show what we can do. Was not an idea of make an extension of brand, but you never know in your life. Maybe we will have so many requests that will be time to the extension also in the furniture world.
Hello, my name is Aykerim. I'm from Kazakhstan. You said that you have stores in US. So my question is, what was the key strategy to expand your brand in US? And I saw that you have also in Middle East and Far East.
Where you come from?
From Kazakhstan.
Which city?
From Karaganda.
Karaganda.
Near Astana.
In Astana. In Astana, we have a store, just to let you know. That's the reason why I am at Almaty, Astana, we have a store. We have a partner and we have a monobrand store also there. The strategy is always one. I start to go to USA in 1986 when I arrived to the company, when I joined the company. And when I started to be there, the market for Kiton was zero. Because like I told you before, my uncle doesn't like to fly. And we have only a few doors where there are our product. And our customers that they used to be in Florence during Pitti Uomo, and they came to buy the product in our booths. I was very young. I started to travel a lot. I used to go in the States, I can say almost every week, because we have not the money to stay all the week. I used to fly Pan Am. Maybe nobody of you know the name, but used to be the cheapest company of the American line. And I started to travel. My uncle has always some small, come si dice frasi? A small sentence where he can make you understand everything. And one of that has been one. He never saw a bags travel alone. What means? That you have to go in the place, show your product, make the people understand your product, and after try to sell the product. And that's what in our company we are still doing. I did a lot of that in the past. I'm still doing today. In some market like yours, it's much more easy to open a store to introduce the brand like Kiton than to go in a multi-brand store. In some other market where there are still a lot of multi-brand, it's much more easy to go in a multi-brand to introduce the product. It depends. You have to adapt your strategy where you are, but you have to know the market. You have to listen the market, and that's for me is very important. But you have not to change for the market the style and the DNA of the company.
Hi, I'm Inusha. I'm from Sri Lanka, and my question is, like, Kiton has a very exclusive clientele. So what marketing strategy do you use to reach the right audience?
The strategy is only one, to make the best product and make our customer talk about the product. Because there is not better advertising than your customer. There is no better influencer than your customer. There is nobody that can be better than that. Because when one of your clients talk in the right way about your product, you already are there. You are making the best marketing that you can do. This is the best way is to make your clients happy and proud to wear something very unique.
What about the newer forms of marketing, like influencer marketing? You don't do that at all, or?
We don't do that because we think that our clients, they know all this game. Mm-hmm. They don't trust this game. They don't watch TikTok. Maybe the son, yes. But for sure, they don't watch TikTok. They know what they want. They are curious, because curiosity is a very important word. You must be curious. Your generation has to be curious. Curiosity is the key to open every door.
Hello, Mr. Matteis. My name is Batuhan. I am TUM student. First of all, thank you so much for this chance. I have two questions for you. First, do you have a special suite for special cases? And second off, older generations used to wear one good suit for 20 or 25 years, but young people live faster now. Do you think we care more about price than quality? How do you respond to this as a brand? Thank you.
Every suits are special.
Yeah.
I have a very similar wardrobe because I have a lot of blue suits, a lot of striped suits that they are very similar. I have to be honest. A few different ones, a little bit more crazy. But for me, when I wear a Kiton suit, but not because it's mine, I feel very well dressed, and I feel that I can be everywhere. And I'm very scaramantic, and that's the reason why I don't want that one can represent for me the best one. I'm scaramantic in the opposite way. Each of them have to be a good suit for me. Talking about my wardrobe. About the second question, can you repeat?
So it's about the younger generation not buying suits that last for 20, 25 years, but perhaps, if I understood correctly, perhaps looking more at price and buying something shorter term.
I think that the young generation is coming back on, not on the suit world, but they are coming back in the elegant mood. And like I said before, the young generation is very precise. They know what they want. And I'm sure that naturally they will be back to wear again suits. You cannot force the young generation. You cannot teach to them to wear suits because they know what they want. They know how to be dressed. They are, like I said before, they are very precise. But I think that will be quite naturally. And the younger one, when they became a little bit less younger, they can buy the best quality. I am sure if they are looking for the best quality, they will buy also it.
Hello, my name is Florian. I'm from HHN. There are some rules for like dress well in suits, for example, match your belt to your shoes. In your opinion, what is the rule it's not applicable anymore, and what is something people should do more?
For sure, if you want to be elegant, you don't need to be so show-off. That doesn't mean that you have to be conservative. You can be elegant with a white t-shirt, a pair of jeans, and you can be elegant with the suits in the same way. It depends on your style, of your personality, where you feel better. But for sure, to wear a suit for a man is always the best solution. But like I said you before, with a white t-shirt, you can be elegant too. It depends how you wear and where you wear. Eleganti. We must be eleganti, chic. Eleganza is part of the ethic. You have to be respectable for the people that you have in front of you. If you need to show too much, mean that you have not power enough.
Hi, I'm Konstantin from Hamburg in the north of Germany, where you have a very nice store.
We are opening a new one. We are moving.
Where?
Where it used to be Mintus. You remember Mintus?
Yeah, by the
A little bit two doors next to Mintus.
Yeah,
that road,
nice.
I don't remember the name of the road.
Nice.
In September, you will see the story of Kiton in Hamburg.
It's the Neuer Wall, I think.
Yes, the best street of Hamburg.
Very nice. So my question is, you mentioned that in the 39 years you worked at the company, only about 3 people left. So my question would be...
No, few people, 3.
3 people, yeah.
It's different.
So my question would be, what's your secret to keeping employees at the company and to retaining them?
It's very simple. To make them part of family, to give them a good salary. And I told you in the beginning, we almost pay double than anybody in Italy. But I think the most important point is to make them part of the family. Everybody call me Totò. Nobody call me Signor de Matteis. I say you in the beginning, I told to everybody, my office in the company is on the ground floor. My door is always open. You can be in my office without appointment, and you can ask me everything. And then when I go to my company, I can stop to talk with everybody. And it's like me, all the families like that. And I think that is the reason, but that was the lesson of my uncle. I think only if you are like that, the people feel part of the family and they have no reason to go away.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth. I'm a student from TUM. I really like that you are super confident on the quality of your product and the story you shared. And I can say that I'm 100% convinced. But my problem will fall into, do you ever have a time where you feel like there is a competitor and they're somehow threatening the first place of Kiton? And what is your strategy by then?
But I have to be honest, I watch everybody, because you have to be always very careful about the evolution of the market. That you can be like that only if you have the capacity and the sensibility to watch all the for me, everybody is competitor. Also, iPhone is a competitor, because if you buy a watch, maybe you cannot buy suits, just to be honest. But you have to be very careful about the other one. But if you make the other one change your point of view, it is a disaster. I think that the vision has to be one. And that is the only way to make a company, because sometimes I say some words to my people. If you make a mistake every day, maybe it can be a good decision. One mistake that you repeat in the long run can be a solution. But if you trust and you believe in what you are doing, maybe you can spend 1 year more, maybe you can spend 6 months more, but for sure you reach your goal. It's the only way to be unique. To copy, again, the prophet of the day after, we don't need. We need the prophet of the day before.
Hello, I'm Yehan. I'm a master's student at TUM. So you said you were able to double the revenue of your company within last few years, and that's after fighting the corona pandemic. So I'm sure that period has been a challenging time in terms of the company operations and the market. So how did you lay the foundation during that corona pandemic to achieve what you have achieved now?
We have to be honest. During pandemic, all of us, I think, we have a lot of time to think. And we start a little bit to change the way of works, of playing the future. We start to work to make a budget. We start to decide how much we can invest, for example, in CapEx, how much we can invest in marketing, how much we can grow, where we want to go, in which city we want to open a store, for example. And we start to play the company, and we start to make a plan for 2 years, for 3 years. Every 6 months, we make a review of the plan. And that's the way to work is helping us a lot to reach the number that we reach in the last 4 years. I think that when you have una guida, come si dice? Deadline. A deadline is much more easy to work. To play is much better, because you don't go left and right, but you go straight. you make less work but better. And that was, I think, was one of the key point for us, the way that we change to play in the future. Everything is done by budget, everything is done with a purpose, everything is done with the goal that we want to reach.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time. My name is Julia and I'm studying at TUM. And my question would be, how do you deal with the stress and the pressure that you experience in your job?
Again, I have no stress and no pressure. It's a pleasure.
And what would be
honest,
your
I don't feel under stress. I don't feel under pressure. I love what I'm doing. I hope that all of you will love what you will do in the future. And if you love, it's no pressure. It's only good, beautiful time, a good way to spend your life together with the people that you like, with the family, and that's it. Very simple. Is I can say in some way I'm a very lucky person because I love the job. It's not a job. It's an hobby for me.
How many hours do you do this hobby, this work? Every day.
It depends of the day, but usually I stay in the office from 9 to 8, no problem, in the morning, in the evening. If I have to travel, I travel. For me, there is no weekend. If I have to go to Asia, to everywhere, I will. Again, it's only question of patience. If you do with love, everything looks very easy.
Hello, my name is Charlotte. I'm also studying my master at TUM, and you were talking about that it's really important for you that you make everyone feel like part of the big family, and you were also talking about human resources. So I was wondering how you keep contact with all the different departments and how also communicating within the company looks like.
I told you when I talk about my cousins, there is Raffaella Paone that is on top of the human resource, that is part of the family, that every day is talking with our people. Everybody knows that if they need something, they can go to her and to ask for everything that we can afford, of course. And like I told you, if they need to buy a house, we can go to the bank and ask for the best rate. Is a daily relation. It's not something that we do every month. Every day, people that have problem or they need something, they can be to the family, because Raffaella is one of the shareholder of the company, and talk with the family, make the family understand the need, and then we try to find a solution for them. It's not something that can be done every month or every 3 months. It has to be done every day, like in the family. When you stay home, you are all together around the table. If one of the family members has a problem, it's the good time to talk and try to make a solution for your parents.
Hello. So first of all, thank you very much for taking your time being with us today. My name is Cheyenne Mitchell. My following question is, what skills and attributes should students develop if they aspire to work in the luxury fashion industry?
Skills, for sure, they must have the passion. The skills has to be, for sure, the passion, 100%. And for sure, you have to see it, you have to think that the fashion world is not only what you see from outside, but behind the product, there is a lot of people. Behind the created of product, there is a lot of people that every day they work very hard. They try to make the best product for you, and don't imagine only the best side of the job, but there is also the back office that is a very hard job, and you have to have the same passion, the same attitude, and the same love for this kind of work.
Hello, my name is Arif. I'm a bachelor student from TUM, and my question would be, how do you ensure that the creative direction of Kiton is preserved after you eventually leave the company? And also, because I thought of this with certain companies, for example, Balmain, when Descartes, when he left the company, it took on a direction that really didn't preserve the identity. And in your case, you're also the creative director of the menswear. So given also the K&T line, how will you ensure that the identity of the company is not diluted?
Today we are looking about this big change of all creative director in the fashion world. That for me is part of the confusion of our world in this momentum. I don't think that is the solution, because many brands, they are losing their DNA, and they are too related to the directive creator DNA than the brand DNA. And I think that is a very big mistake. I hope that in our company, the family will be always on top of the creative director. Or if we need a new one, we have to find the right one that doesn't change the DNA of the company. We saw in the last 2-3 years how the market is tough for the company, that they are changing every 6 months or every year the creative director without finding a solution. But because they are losing the DNA, they lost the DNA. They make the creative director the DNA of the company. And that is not, from my point of view, I don't want to be, I'm not a big guy like Arnaud or Pinot, but I think that the DNA of the company has to be always the same. The creative director has to be able to understand the DNA of the company and make something new for the DNA of the company, not make their collection. It's not the way. But that is my personal point of view.
Hello, my name is Sandeep. I'm also a master's student at TUM. I would love to ask you about your long-term project. I read that it was to do an IPO. Is it still true? And if so, what are the conditions or milestones that needed to be achieved to do the IPO?
IPO is not a project, it's a dream. We can call it a dream. We want to leave to our son a company very well structured, and I think that the IPO can be one of the solutions. Be a family company, to be in the stock exchange and give you much more rules, and that can be something better. In the same way, we don't want that the family feel the pressure of the stock exchange, because this pressure is killing our business, I think, because we have always to have a long view and not a short view. And today, all the companies that are quoted, they have to check every 3 months if they are going well or not. When you are not in the IPO, you can decide that for 2 years, maybe you don't want to grow, but you will change your company. In the stock exchanges, it's a little bit more tough. And that's the reason why we are thinking a lot about that. I think that our company is already ready to make an IPO. And we have a lot of potential people that they want to be part of our IPO. Most of them are our final consumer. Some of them, they are the owner of the big hedge fund in the world, the biggest one. But to make quality is a very tough thing. And when you have to be too financial, it's very dangerous, because maybe you can sacrifice the quality. And if you start to sacrifice the quality, it's a process that is very difficult to change. One day you sacrifice 1%, the day after you sacrifice 2%, and after slowly you go to eat all your quality. That is a good point. We have to find not the balance, but we want that if you have to do an IPO, Kiton has to be watched from the market like something very special, like something very unique, like a Ferrari, like some company like this.
Hi, my name is Vivek and I'm a TUM student doing bachelor's and currently in the 4th semester. So my question is regarding the sustainability. Since Europe is promoting the circular economy concept and they want all the companies to implement it to protect the planet. But in the luxury clothing, so this can be a product quality challenge. Since if you will use the recycled product and then it doesn't, it's not that good in terms of the quality. So how does Kiton plan to balance the sustainability aspects along with the commitment to both sustainability and maintaining a high quality?
But I think that the answer was what I tell you before, my son that is 17 is using my suits when I was 25, 30 years old. That means that this suits, at least he has already 30, 35 years. I'm 61. That's mean to be sustainability for us, to make a product that can be forever in your wardrobe. You don't need to trash. You don't need to leave. You can give to somebody else that he can wear. And that was the old way. In the old family, the first son have new things, the second one has maybe something already second hand. And I think that we are a little bit to coming back to this way. And that is a way for Kiton.
Do you dry clean your suits often, or do you just
every season, not every day? You don't need. You need. If you don't make dirty, you don't need to clean every day. And you have to wear a suits for one day, not the same suits every day. Because if you wear every day, you destroy your suits. There is some rules that are important. It's like for the shoes. If you wear the same pair of shoes every day, your shoes look awful. If you can change your shoes, they can be longer and longer in your wardrobe.
Hello, my name is Martina, and I've read that the company name was inspired in some tunics worn by the ancient Greeks, and I wanted to ask if there is any special story or meaning behind the name.
Yes, there is a meaning. The name came from Greece, Kitone. The Kitone used to be the tunic that the Greek people they wear when they go to the Olimpo to pray. The Kitone doesn't used to be the most elegant dress for the Greek people, but used to be the more pure. And there's a big difference between pure and elegant. Pure, there is a meaning behind. And my uncle made the best pure suit in the world, not the most elegant one. And that was the meaning.
Hello, my name is Janat Tolubekova. I'm also from Kazakhstan. I'm student at TUM, and simultaneously I do entrepreneurship in my country. So I would say I face stress every day, and I often find myself dreaming of harmonious relationship with both employees and clients, and a positive financial balance. You mentioned that you don't feel pressure in business. So tell me, what is your dream about?
My dream is to leave a company to the third generation that has a vision, that believe in quality and believe in innovation. And I hope that the third generation will be ready when will be the time to proceed what we are doing and to follow my uncle idea and to make the company successful without lose for sure the DNA that is the quality. Quality is the most important point for us. I think that the third generation will be ready when they have to be ready, because I have to be honest, all of six, they are doing a great jobs. All of six, they love what they are doing. And I think that Kiton also in the next change of generation can be successful.
I think we have time for one last question.
Theo from master student at TUM. First of all, I want to thank you for the delightful insights. I wanted to ask about the Kiton Scuola di Artigianato, because it has trained young artisans in Naples for over 2 decades. Are there any plans to expand this initiative on an international or global scale?
We already did that. If you buy the new magazine Esquire, the Black Book, you will find a new initiative that we are doing in Chicago. And we are build a new school in United States together with the university and the school there, and where we try to build also a new generation of artisans in United States for the market. Because we think that all the market need of new artisans. That is one of our mission. Is one of our goals. It's so nice to teach what we know. We are not jealous. And that is, I think, is a beautiful initiative that we already started 6 months ago. And if you have the chance to buy the new Esquire magazine, you will find the article.
I think that's a wonderful closing statement. If you ever plan to build a school in Germany, Hive 1 is open, always open for you. So thank you very much for the wonderful participation.